Hi, my name is Gloria.
Hi, I'm Dream.
Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Natalie. So to start, we would just like to introduce our SWABs. So for the first one, students will be able to determine how teachers can improve the environment at school. Second, students will be able to recognize test anxiety, signs, and symptoms. And for the last one, students will be able to judge how to present themselves when confronting a student with test anxiety.
Just like Natalie said, we will be talking about the environment of a classroom. For first things first, all students have a right to have the best education that they can receive, as well as be in a classroom with a positive environment and with a teacher that is confident in themselves and knows exactly what they're doing. A teacher with a smiling face and a positive attitude can go a long way for any child. This is because we don't know what's going on at home with the students. There could be a really rough family life. Their parents could not be home all the time, so they can't get help with their homework, or their parents just don't care at all about their education.
For teacher prep presentation. So you always want to present yourself with a smile to encourage students to want to come to your classroom and to the school. And you always want to have a positive attitude, keeping a positive attitude in your classroom and in the schools. So students want to come. If you don't have any positive attitude and it's negative, they don't want to come to school at all. And you want to find confidence if you want to be a teacher, because the kids want to see that so they can be like, okay, I want to learn. I want to come to school every day. And then keep calm. If there's a serious situation going on and students need to rely on you. So if they can't go to the parents and they can't talk to the principal about it, just talk to them. That's all they want, is someone to talk to. They want someone to be there for them.
So, in order to figure out a way to help our students, it's important to understand who our students are. And there are two kind of groups that we kind of have in our school system today, and that's disadvantaged students and these more advantaged high status students. And disadvantaged students, they don't have the same opportunity as high status students do. They have parents who might not be college educated and may only have a high school diploma or just lesser education than those of their high status peers. And these students might not be able to afford like tutors or necessary material for test preparation, or they can't go to these high prep schools, like these college preparatory schools, and or private education. While high status students, they're able to receive these sort of benefits from going to these test prep schools or this private schools. They have these extra opportunities and these extra resources that kind of push them forward and just give them this added edge in life and in school in general. And this all stems from just the education that these students' parents have. And the high status students, like their parents have gone to college. They have knowledge that could be as simple as just knowing the system and like the culture of our political system, and passing down knowledge like this to their children gives them more knowledge that other students don't have, which gives them an edge and just gives them more just more smart. Like money in itself is its own advantage, and just like being able to afford these resources and being able to pay for these opportunities. Where these students are actually paying for these opportunities, and this is what's creating this imbalance in testing and in school and our school system in general. It's just like this imbalance.
So for noticing anxiety, as teachers, we need to work with our parents to catch students' anxiety at a very early age. The earlier we can catch it, we can reduce the chance of substance abuse. So for example, a 9-year-old boy who was about to take the ELA exam had an anxiety attack, which resulted him to get physically sick. Other ways to notice anxiety in children are crying. Students will not show up for class, so this could be just skipping one class in general or the entire schedule of the day. Or he or she will just come to class with excuses to not take the test. This could look like a student saying that their sibling are severely sick or a grandparent is sick. These would all just be in the general mind of they're not in the right state of mind to focus. In a short-term situation, stress can be beneficial because it can push students to complete homework, projects, or even complete extra credit on time. I have seen this in my life right now as I have been motivated to stay ahead of all my classes through this pandemic. However, in a long-term situation, anxiety can lead to diabetes, obesity, heart disease, and severe mental issues. So again, it is important to catch this early on to limit these issues.
So how can we help? So this is kind of a Debbie Downer sort of idea, but in order to kind of equalize this imbalance in our school system today, to require equalizing OTL both in and out of the classroom, which is nearly impossible. So this idea of OTL, this is opportunity to learn. And opportunity to learn is just this idea of, well, these high advantage students have more opportunity to learn because they have these college educated parents who are offering them extra knowledge, giving them these opportunities to learn. They can learn, they might be learning extra skills like during the summer, like they might be going horseback riding, or they might be getting tennis lessons, even just kind of summer tutors, anything along those lines. Just kind of gives them this added edge, helps them build their skills, and gives them advantages over their peers that don't have the same opportunities, the same resources, the same money. And then that's just like those students might not have the same resources, so then they kind of just their own thing. They could sit at home and watch TV or just play outside, and they're not building these skills because they don't have the resources to be able to, like their peers do. And although this is nearly impossible to equalize OTL both in and out of the classroom, we can find ways to help, and this is how we can.
So one way we can help our students relieve anxiety is just by being someone they can talk to. I know as a teacher, we are going to want to help our students and give them the best advice we can, but there are some times where we just need to sit back and just listen to them, let them vent, because what they could vent about could be really something they struggle with, or it could just be something that's built up where they just get really upset and they're just like, they just need someone to listen to. They don't need someone to give them advice. Another thing we could help our students with is we can help them encourage to make more time for sleep. Research shows that students do need 8 to 9 hours of sleep at night, and with the amount of homework and activities they can do outside of school and stuff that could be going on at home, their sleep can be limited to 5 to 6 hours a night, or even in some extreme cases for 3 to 4 hours. Another thing we can do is give them time to act their age. I know we want all our students to act as mature as possible and to act beyond their years, but there also needs to be time where they need to just relax and be with friends and just act 16 or 17 or 18.
So, another way that we can combat test anxiety is school-based intervention. And this idea of test anxiety kind of scares a lot of people, and they might not seek treatment because of it. They just don't want to seem different to their friends or their peers, and or they might not even know that they have it, and they don't know why that they're struggling, and so they don't seek treatment this way either. And so one just like a way we can combat that is just integrating this intervention into the curriculum. And results show that students feel the intervention is useful, that it helps them with their test anxiety, and that they feel happy they did it because it gives them these added benefits. And they learn the material presented, because what's the point in taking an intervention class if you're not even going to learn the material that's being presented? And like I was talking about before, this idea of being different is kind of might be holding students back from receiving the necessary treatment for test anxiety. But we can combat that stigma, and we can do that by just kind of surrounding this class and like the idea of test anxiety as student or as taking a class for students who don't like tests. So students might be in this class because they need motivated to take tests because they don't like them, and then this class kind of just like helps them get in tune with what is affecting why they don't like tests. And another way is just like I was talking about before, just putting this inside of the curriculum, just like integrating it into the curriculum, making it a class in itself, would just be beneficial. A class that students could go to every day and just learn the necessary skills that they need in order to combat their test anxiety and like the symptoms that they face because of it. And these intervention programs, they offer skills that help students with their test anxiety and even beyond the classroom. Like we talked about before, just like this idea that test anxiety can lead to other problems in the future, and introducing this school-based intervention would help to combat those problems like substance abuse or just developing anxiety or depression disorder in the future. These interventions help to build these skills for inside and outside the classroom.
So this quote says, next time you're stressed, take a step back, inhale, and laugh. Remember who you are and why you're here. You're never given anything in this world that you can't handle. Be strong, be flexible, love yourself, and love others. Always remember, just keep moving. So I feel like this quote is everybody. Like, because we all go through it. We're always stressed about something. So just take a step back. Like, focus on yourself for a minute. Just don't worry about any homework. Go out, have fun with friends. Just like love yourself. Do something not homework for like maybe a few hours. Just like calm down, relax. And then once you're done, just go back to homework and then you'll be fine. Just don't worry about being too stressed. If you guys could please go back to Canvas and do the assessment.